Sandwich Podcast. Ooh, it's the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. Ooh, the Knuckles are officially in the room, so make room. Yeah, the Knuckles are officially on air.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. Back like we never left. Because
Back like we never.
It's Nathan. Yeah, Nathan's on the podcast today, guys. As well as Ace, Xavier, and Justin. Go ahead, Nathan. Take it away.
No, I was just making fun of.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Now you put me on the spot, but I mean.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to me, everybody. Welcome back. Like I said, to another episode. We're glad to be back here with you all today. After another one of our famous hiatuses. ADI? I don't know.
Famous.
But how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm good. Tired. Doing well.
Yes. The world is I guess in the same state as we left it. I don't know. We can't tell you all to stay inside. I think the quarantine's been lifted everywhere by now. Don't go to the beach though. Do that.
Yeah. I think some stuff is nothing has changed, but some things have happened since we left.
Or you go to the beach and you let that water wash over you and cleanse your coronavirus expression, Use that sand to get rid of all that dead skin, that coronavirus skin, and you'd be good to go. Ace
is the guy who at the beach he makes everyone uncomfortable because he treats it as like a exfoliating. while everyone else is swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, he's like rubbing.
Nathan likes to go to the beach and walk barefoot everywhere, and you can see his dead skin path on the bottom of his feet. He's always the first one to say, "Hey, did you guys know that you can use sand to get rid of dead skin?"
You're the only person over 21 making sand angels. Sand.
No one was making sand angels because it gets everywhere. Unlike snow.
No one makes sand angels. I think we need to bring that up. No one does that.
Tag along to Ace's riff though. Just like snakes when they rub against rocks to shed skin, Nathan does too.
They buried Nathan at the beach and they just left him. They forgot to unbury him. Sat there neck high in sand.
Justin loves the beach because he floats no matter what. Jeez. Just off like that. We're just starting, huh?
It's been a minute, Trapped inside. No outlets.
Yeah, I've been holding this all in. Kind of like Ace because he just moved.
No.
So I don't know if the plumber started the water yet, but he's been holding it in. How is it, Ace? You just moved. How is it?
No, don't try to change the fact. You said you were constipated first. All right?
Hey, man. A brother do be constipated, though. Your boy do be constipated. But no, please, Ace, tell us how.
Nathan's on that all-protein diet.
Got the protein farts coming.
Red and black bowel movements. It's black.
Hasn't looked at a vegetable in months.
But as I was saying, right, Ace, didn't you move?
Yeah. I moved to Oklahoma. Wow, and as I've been saying, I'm an Okie now. And yeah, I went. I'm about to head to a rodeo next week. Gonna go buy some boots, a vest, and some pants. It's gonna be crazy.
Just, how big the sky is. Have you gotten used to it, Ace?
No. I still look up and get sunburned.
It's uncomfortable
by the sun. There's no trees, and the East Coast. Shout out East Coast. You know what I'm saying? We come back to 919, 906, 34, and the East Coast they got trees. So it's just crazy not seeing any trees out here. I still say it like every day. I'm like, damn. Y'all trying to not breathe out here or something? Like plant a tree. So, and it's crazy because you can see where they actually tried to plant trees, and there's just like hella pine trees and maple trees all just jammed up together. Yeah, and it's not like they even brought in one botanist who could just be like, yeah, you probably should plant some trees that are native to this area, not bring down Canadian maples. Right? So, yeah, I'm getting used to that. It's crazy.
Fun.
Yeah, I miss that about Texas because you get more sky when there's less trees in the way.
Well,
The sky.
like I said, I'm not coming from the standpoint where I like this. I don't like it. So,
Well, you'll
most
learn to
of us
like
is,
it.
unnatural.
you'll learn to like it.
You'll learn to like it. Better wise up soon.
That's what everyone says when I came here. I said, "How do you like Oklahoma?" He said, you'll learn to like it." You know?
Yeah.
Now, you called yourself an Okie, Asian. Have you confirmed that people actually use that phrase down there? Or up there?
They do use it. All right?
Really? Sounds like a slur. I'm surprised.
I mean, Oklahomians that's too long. It's too long. They don't like that.
Just go around yelling "boomer," see who replies sooner. So that you bought into it. But anyways,
that's an Oklahoma joke for y'all that don't know that. All right, I did get that joke, by the way, but barely. I had to connect some dots.
that's how you just know, or they'll know that you're part of the crowd.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. I want to buy Jasmine. She will confirm for me.
I know we may not get college football back, all right, but you'll see next year when we have a season.
Before we move off Asian's move, I want him to tell the audience how many bookshelves he has in his apartment right now.
No. A certain somebody forced me to bring 5 bookshelves with me on my moving truck. And I said I did not want that many. I just said I wanted 1 bookshelf, and I grabbed the 1 bookshelf, and then I was told basically I had no choice. No, not even basically. I had no choice but to take 4 other bookshelves. These are medium-sized bookshelves that I don't need. So if you need a bookshelf and you're in this area, I will actually pay you, okay, to take my bookshelf. Please. I don't need 5 bookshelves.
That's because that room is no longer yours back in Carolina.
But the worst part is, I didn't even have a bookshelf in my room. All right?
They're just offloading stuff.
They were it's like, oh, you moving? You want this? I said, no, I'm good. And then they said, no, actually, no, you want this. Take it. So, yeah, it's the one thing I don't want. I don't have a lot of space either. So,
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about having extra bookshelves is you'll have space to put all your Furbies.
Nathan still can't grow a chia pet correctly. All right. Still didn't figure out the science of putting water on a bald head. All right.
Man. Yo, Ace, whose hair is longer now, Ace or Xavier's? Y'all both have an afro, right?
I just got a haircut yesterday.
Yeah, just got a haircut last week. First time since March.
Jeez.
Yeah. My boss, who is a black gentleman, brought me into his office because I met him for the first time, like Friday. He said, "Hey, nice to meet you. You got to do something about this." And he pointed to my head, and I was like, "No." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna expect more from you, all right? Because you're black." And blah blah blah. And he said, "So again, you got to do something about this." And if you had walked in with dreadlocks, I told Xavier. He said, "Absolutely not." So,
Wow.
So he's all about like, and mind you, the people I'm working with they're not military. This is all civilian. So they're all like, one guy had hair down to the bottom of his back. All right. And he had a beard like, Paul Bunyan. All right. So I don't understand, but, yeah, he said, do something about this. So this, yesterday I got a haircut and it's basically all off. A year's worth of work, by the way. A year worth of not going to the barbershop, by the way, which is not easy. All right. there's a phase in there where
Oh, come on.
you look
Ace.
like
We know it was easy for you. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I've seen that beard sometimes, and I've been like, man, he must enjoy having a nappy face. He must enjoy it.
wow.
Come on, Ace. Come on. Be real, man. Just because we're on air doesn't mean you got to act like, you're a patron of the local barbershop, bro.
Wow.
They don't know your name.
Dude,
They don't. They don't.
that's a
I'm
lie.
sorry. Go on with your story.
Gosh. So, yeah, I got a haircut, but I don't
So
know.
you're waving now?
I have more hair than that. So, as I was sitting in the chair, this is going to lead to a little bit of a barbershop talk. But before he showed me the mirror, he took out his phone and started taking pictures.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then before he gave me the mirror, he said, "Yeah, I went with that Ice Cube look." which I have no problem with that look, but no one's ever said, "Yeah, I made you look like Ice Cube today." Now give me money. I don't consider that like you did a good job. I think you just so now I look like Ice Cube. I still haven't gotten used to my mirror. Like I went from a mirror that was like a regular rectangular mirror to like one that covers up like basically half of the wall in the bathroom. So now just seeing my Ice Cube face in full is disappointing. Okay, I don't want to be Ice Cube. I just wanted you to make it even all around. But the place is called the Fade Factory. So what was I expecting?
Hey.
They weren't going to fade it. All right.
Hey, we have a Fade Factory here in town. That's cool.
What?
Are you
That's a
serious?
thing? What?
Yeah.
It's a chain?
Wow.
There's 2 Fade Factories in Huntsville, so it might be a chain.
Oh,
You went to a
that's
chain
crazy.
barbershop, Asian.
That's.
Very
I mean,
good,
it's
I like
good.
that.
At least we have a black chain of anything.
That's crazy.
Of
Yeah,
any-
no.
We don't know that yet.
What if they all just call Fade Factories? Now I got to look it up. All right.
This one I looked up Fade Factory and I was brought to a listing for a Glock 18.
Fade Factory. Welcome to the Fade Factory.
Oh.
It's good. I have to add that in. Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. Anytime. I'm here with the fake gun sound effects. Speaking of fake guns, the last movie that we watched was a long time ago. It's The Five Bloods by Spike Lee. When did we?
I felt like it came out. Didn't it come out the 4th of July? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Has it been that long? It's almost August. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to talk about The Five Bloods.
I won't tell you all the actual release date. It came out on the 4th of July. But yeah. Another Spike Lee joint. You know how those go. As always, how did everybody, what's that score looking like for this one?
A long time.
8.8 for me.
Yeah, I was going to say 8.5.
Yeah. Give it I think just a 7.5, 8. Depending on how I feel.
I'll give it a 7.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, one of the things at least I didn't really like about it, that it just kind of seemed to like jump from just like not really shenanigans, but like event to event. Sometimes the flow didn't seem as concise as like I would have liked. They're in the bar or whatever, and then they're on the boats. Now it's like you're looking for that one big moment, I guess, in each scene. I feel like it was as fluid as some of his other movies.
Yeah, I could see that. And then he added suspense in parts that you didn't need suspense in.
Yeah.
There's just problems where you didn't need problems, but that might have added to just the theme of dealing with PTSD, where things that shouldn't be a problem become almost a huge deal when you have. So maybe that was a way of him expressing that.
I can see that.
I want to for example, the boat, when they were on the boat and the dude was trying to sell him a chicken, right?
Would not take no for an answer.
I'm talking. No, man. Back up. Okay, just back up. Back up, please.
Yeah, and didn't someone pop off a shot or something? Like, no one pulled. The
No, they just
He pulled a
holding.
gun. He was just freaking out.
Yeah.
But he had really bad, I guess, PTSD. I don't know. It's real. It happens. But yeah, I feel like that scene dragged on maybe for like a minute or two longer than I think he could have gotten like the same effect just without having to be on it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was a while. I was playing my Switch while watching the movie. But I did keep looking back up because I was like, why are we still here?
Yeah.
So yeah, the pacing in the movie was not great.
That's weird.
I haven't seen the movie, since it came out. So what was the main guy, the dad's character's name? Crazy guy?
Daddy Obi, is that Paul?
Okay, Paul. I didn't like the way Paul was looking at me throughout the movie, giving me his little narration, giving me that context. Okay, he's looking right at the camera. Then he's went on a rant, and at this point in time in the movie, he was by himself. So in the movie, he's talking to no one. But for us, the audience, he's looking right into my eyes. I didn't like that. I was, like I said, I was playing my Switch, but I can feel him staring at me. I had to look up.
Yep.
He like sucked me in, and I didn't like that.
And it was a long scene too.
Yeah. It was two long scenes of him just staring and preaching to me.
Just talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something Spike Lee loves to do, where the character breaks the fourth wall and talks. Kind of like what a great example of it is Ace. What he does with his Furbies on his bookshelf. Breaks character and stops playing Super Smash Brothers and looks at his green Furby, says, "Can you believe this crap? Can you believe this crap?" Goes back.
You know what I can't believe is that Nathan was convinced by an Instagram ad to buy an add-on debate.
Come on, Ace. You can't say all that many times.
Yeah.
Start over, bro. I really wanted to hear that, bro. Ace.
It's like when Nathan sent me. All right, I got you. Yeah, no, it was like when Nathan keeps talking to me about that bidet he's trying to buy for his toilet off of an Instagram ad.
Turn, make eye contact, and keep talking to you while Marvin Gaye plays in the background. That's one thing I'll say about this movie is the soundtrack was really, really nice.
It was like some timepieces in there.
Yeah.
If you did not, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I looked up all the songs. I made like a playlist of all the songs that were in that movie, and they all came out. I guess obviously they all came out in '71.
Oh, okay.
Which was Vietnam.
Another thing which happened, which I'm not gonna call it annoying, but did you all know that Spike Lee went to Morehouse? Because it was thrown in there a whole lot.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice them bringing it up. I was like, yeah, good for y'all. But I did not notice because Spike Lee went there.
Yeah, it got kind of funny. This might have to be the
thumbnail.
Podcast start.
Describe that picture for our audience, Nathan.
It's this is. I just sent a picture to the group message. Paul looking dead into the camera, pointing a gun to the camera. Finger on the trigger. He's ready to pull it in the middle of the forest.
No one.
Yeah.
That's definitely not your CO2 pistol airsoft gun.
Back on the Little Morehouse. I guess it's not even really a riff, but it got kind of comical when Paul's son got shot, and then like they were putting the tourniquet or whatever on him, and he's like screaming the house like from Morehouse. Come on now.
No, that's what you're screaming. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if I went to Morehouse and I saw the big. But because we went to Tuskegee, I think it's dumb.
It's not for that reason. It's if you get shot, are you gonna yell Tuskegee?
No, I'm not.
You're great.
Or like somebody gets shot and they're like TU.
You know.
Well, yeah, that made me laugh a little bit.
Before that scene, the same son, he stepped on a landmine, and they got him off the landmine by throwing him a rope and just pulling as hard as they can. Can that actually work, Justin?
I would not know.
Okay. The landmine still, went off, but can they really pull him fast enough to escape the blast radius?
I think like certain mines, like there's like certain mines like have definitely have like different kill radiuses. So he may have been like been able to get pulled out of like the kill radius.
Okay.
And it was what, like 6 people pulling him?
Mhm.
Maybe if 6 people coordinated that, they can pull him like what, 15 feet pretty easily.
Okay.
Hope so.
And that other guy who unfortunately just like wandered off the beaten path and immediately blew up.
Yeah. I didn't even get his name. He was a cool guy though. It was too bad.
He was, man. They killed
Mhm.
all the cool people first, and then in the end, it was just
Oh yeah.
crazy guy and who was it? It was Morehouse son, crazy guy, and then the dude who kind of you didn't notice he was part of the group until the very end. Oh
Yep.
crap, he was the last one.
And Melvin,
Melvin, was that his name? Or are you just saying random words right now?
did you watch the movie?
I don't remember any of these characters' names. Okay, it's been a long time. I did not like spoiler alert for the ending. I didn't like how the old man in the white suit just somehow went super soldier. He became an expert marksman and threw grenades out perfectly and whatnot.
He really did go super soldier.
He also had like it was like a German pistol. I don't
Yeah.
know why he just carried that on him. Just like a 40s era pistol that he was on him. But yeah, that was anything else about the Five Bloods stuck out with you, I guess.
Before I saw this, I definitely thought it was going to be about gangs.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Speaking of, I guess my last point at least is like I read the book Bloods. We had to read it for a class at Tuskegee, a history class, and it was just like several different really essays, but just like memoirs of like Black soldiers during Vietnam. And I thought it was gonna be like, oh, we're just gonna take some essays and make a movie about it. But this was definitely a surprise. Wasn't what I was expecting. Encourage everyone to read the book Bloods. A good read.
Wait a second. What history class is this? This don't sound like McSwain to me.
I know it was. I think it was like American military history. Dr. Tillman. Not familiar.
Tillman, yes.
So was the movie in any like was it like the book at all?
So what I had to learn, like when I was doing research on the movie, was just like Bloods was just like a term like other Black soldiers would call each other.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
This movie, I guess, was just about this particular group of Bloods. But yeah.
So the other movie that came out on July 4th was Hamilton. It's a movie / play / we're only talking about it because we have to. Did anyone see it? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Everyone else saw
Yeah,
it.
everyone else saw
it.
We didn't. I guess it was our mistake, Nathan. We didn't actually like give you a heads up. We just assumed you were going to watch it.
So I was going to watch it, and then someone explained it to me. So this is what happened. I was going to watch it, and then me and my friends, there was maybe 2 girls, 2 guys. We were eating lunch, and this girl said, "Hey, can you ask Alexa to play a Hamilton song?" The Hamilton song started playing, and this girl stood up and at the top of her lungs screamed all the lyrics
No.
as we were eating our rice and peas. And yeah, so that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for this movie. And then someone told me that the movie is cultural appropriation. And I was like, yeah, why is rap music cool in this, but we're fighting for our lives to matter?
Most of the cast is a minority.
What is?
Watch the play.
It's that, but it was also it's that, and it's from the article that I sent you all. I think only Nathan read
I'm not
it.
reading no
I
article.
read that article.
No, I ain't reading no article in 2020. All right, you just make a YouTube video essay. I ain't reading no
That's a
article.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find a video for you.
Okay.
It's I think whoever the writer was, or Lin-Manuel, who plays Hamilton, like he wanted the cast to be a representation of who America is today versus the 1700s or whatever. However, the problem with that is that you have people of color and Black people in addition to that playing people who own slaves here. So one of the article's arguments was that we're putting these people or these founding fathers in maybe more of a positive light than they deserve in the year 2020. And
Yeah.
my point
No, Nathan.
I don't
Nathan, hold on,
understand
hold
that.
on.
Who doesn't know Thomas Jefferson's out here raping slaves?
apparently a lot of people.
Maybe
I guess my thing about it is, So I guess you're supposed to have white people play Thomas Jefferson, or I think it's more than that, right? So obviously, like you said, you admit that he was trying to go for a broader scope on that he wanted to have anyone be able to cast for that role, or for any role of, George Washington or Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, anyone. So, but my point is that the play was a good play. All right, you can't deny it that it wasn't a good play. All right, the man wrote it for himself, and it's not like he's some playwright that came out of nowhere. I mean, he is a rapper. So, as well as like an actor and a singer, a producer and a playwright. So, I'm saying, like, he's all these things. And so he's putting all that together to write this play. And this is not the first play he's ever wrote. So I think,
when you say rapper, has he made other music besides this?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So now I'm gonna go find and listen to his actual music, and I'm gonna find some bars. And if they're not,
I mean, he was out there, like, he's a lyricist. He is a lyricist. Okay. Like, if you go look at, like,
also.
Yeah, he's not white.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you go look at just like IMDb or anything like that, you'll see that basically he comes off as a lyricist first, and then all these other things. But I think that just, even if you kind of hone it back down to just the play, I think he does a lot by, sure, all right, you could say, oh, now you got all these white people that are listening to rap and saying they like rap. But I would say, like, that's okay. That's okay, because now you're changing it from being a stereotype that only black people listen to rap or only black people can listen to rap. Now it's a thing where rap isn't about, drugs, gang banging, or any of this other stuff, but, you can rap about, Hamilton and, all this stuff. I'm saying, I'm not going to waste my shot. I got one shot.
All right.
Opportunity, but once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
He did say it took him a whole year to write that song, that one song right there.
My counter to that, though, is like there's been different, like, types of rap, since it came out. Like who I at least bring up, Aha Gazelle. I'm a big fan. Come on the show. I know you're listening, but he never raps about that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Why isn't necessarily his stuff, out there like this?
I know he didn't write a play. He didn't write a play. He didn't write an award-winning play. I mean, if I would have asked you 10 years ago, hey, have you listened to Lin-Manuel Miranda's music lately? You would have said no. That's because he didn't write Hamilton, at that time. I mean, I come on now. All right. Better argument. I really want someone to tell me why this play is bad. Okay. All right.
It's not the play itself. Like, we even get to at least the scoring, at least, but the play itself is like, this is one of the things where we have to, at least for me, I have to look at it as like the work of art, and then really how, like, the art is perceived, but just like I'm trying to say, like, separating the art from the artist, kind of. So, like, the art itself, like, this play was actually, like, really, really good. Some of the criticisms that I at least agree with, and then I think all of us are at least aware, is that some of these founding fathers were pulling teeth out of people's mouths to make dentures for themselves.
And George Washington.
Yeah, and then, like, in the play, like, George Washington seems like the most noble guy in the entire play. Everybody has the tearful goodbye for him. He's the hero in several instances. It's like this guy was he's kind of dark for the vast majority of his real life. So
true, I say that's very true, but that's coming from our point of view, right? Where this is this is coming from our point of view. From Hamilton's point of view, that's not how he's looking at it. And right, this is kind of a biopic about Hamilton and his greater goals in life and what he did to achieve these certain goals. And so from Hamilton's point of view, he probably looks at George Washington a whole lot differently than we look at George Washington. And that's fair to say. I mean, again, like, he talks about, how he's really not cool with slavery, right? But he doesn't really denounce slavery in the play like a lot of the other things he's denouncing towards reform, towards all these other things for the government. So from Hamilton's point of view, George Washington may be that guy for him. But from our point of view and from probably most black people's point of view, at that time period, George Washington was probably just some regular old slave owner with a high-ranking position.
If Lin-Manuel wrote this in 2015, 2014, so he also should have those similar views that I think we and the vast majority of people have. Hamilton himself, of course, did not write this, but
it is about Hamilton, or it's from. I wouldn't say. Okay, so would you say this play is from the view of Hamilton or about Hamilton? I think that's important to dish out.
Play is about Aaron Burr, Hamilton's wife, Elizabeth. What they call her in the play?
It was Angelica, her sister.
Yeah, her sister Elizabeth. They shortened her name though? But her and Hamilton. Liza. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even say the play is about them though, because they really don't touch on them that much. I mean, they touch on how they influence Hamilton at certain points of his life. But I would say this play is Hamilton. It's about Hamilton's goals from the view of Hamilton, right? And then Burr is a big part of his life. So, I mean, you could say some of it was parts of Burr, but Burr really didn't have many lines that Hamilton wasn't in.
No, yeah,
I can only think of 2 songs where.
Yeah, at the core, it was centered around Hamilton, but the play itself, it is about, they keep saying over again, in the play, who lives, who dies, who tells your story. So that's Aaron Burr, who lives, Alex, who dies, and then his wife, who tells the story.
Liza.
Yeah, Liza. But yeah, it is centered around Hamilton's at the core of it all. Even at the end of the play, it ends on Eliza being in the center of them all bowing because it's all about her at the end of the play.
It's all about.
What you just say, Nathan?
Just always gotta be about you. Dude, I'm just making noise in the background. Please, yeah, y'all. I'm really appreciating this. This is the most intellectual conversation we've had on the Knuckle Sandwich podcast.
Maybe the conversation we've had, not you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I give Miranda a pass on my opinion on the fact that he's writing the play trying to depict the time period rather than, saying what is right and wrong.
I understand what you're saying, Justin. I guess I see that complaint, but since we're not ignorant to history, we know really Thomas Jefferson wasn't out here, doing rap battles in the office. We know what he's really doing. So for us, it's okay. But I guess people who don't know much about American history, they might take this as fact, even though this is just a play. It's not supposed to be factual. These are just characters in a play.
Okay, I'm getting down with that.
But I did not like that article. All right, that article it started.
Was there anything untrue in the article?
It wasn't that it wasn't untrue. It was that he started off making me think. It was oh, he's going to be on my side. And then after that first paragraph, he goes, but this appropriation thing, and then he tears that play a new one. But he wasn't wrong in his. I don't think he was wrong in his opinion that, they do paint.
Another at least interesting thing, before this play was brought to us, the peasants, on Disney Plus. Does anybody? Has anybody seen this play before? Actually seen it? Had you? Everyone at least heard the soundtrack, but no one is, at least that I know, has seen the play. It was coming to Atlanta. It's supposed to come to Atlanta, I think, in June. And, the cheap seats in the Fox were $400. Those are the cheap seats.
Yeah, I think $400 is your cheapest seat, and that's not even with the main cast. I think at that point, I think it was. I think they switched out Miranda, switched out a couple of people when it left New York.
There's no way he's coming to live in Georgia for 2 months.
No.
So,
that's what I felt when I saw the High School Musical play when they did their live tour. I went to go see it expecting to see Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens. And
I'm sorry.
It gets worse. So when I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, who are these people? And I'm looking at the freaking booklet that I purchased, and it was just a whole bunch of random people. And then that leads to me finding out that I don't think Zac Efron even sang his songs in the first movie. I think it was somebody else. So I was pretty disappointed about that, actually.
Ace was in his tracksuit.
That blue track. The red one?
The warm-ups.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. How did that basketball song go? Oh man.
I wasn't
Hey,
a Disney
if you
boy.
know the name of that song, go ahead and comment below. Win a $5 gift card to Target.
Oh, whoa.
Ace, not necessarily from us.
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
New job, new ace.
I wish. My heart's in the game, but no, my heart's in the song, but she makes me feel so right.
Nathan, I thought the movie or the play, whatever I'm calling
Get your
it.
head in the game.
I thought the
Yes.
movie was really good. I'm sorry that woman ruined it for you. Did you even finish dinner that night? You got to push the plate away.
I didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think we all just kind of dissociated into our body.
Maybe that's because you were just eating rice and peas. It's not even a combo that people even do.
Yeah. So we got Jamaican
Well,
food. We got Jamaican food. And if Ace spent a
Oh,
little
Jamaican
more
food.
time.
Okay, well, I thought it was just white rice and peas. All right.
No. Oh no. Not
You
that's
just said rice and
Oklahoma
peas. You didn't say you didn't say yellow rice. All right. You said white rice.
Yeah, I had oxtail, curry goat, rice and peas, fried plantain. We had a big old plate of food. Good healthy food.
That's a Huntsville
Lifeline.
authentic right there.
Huntsville authentic Jamaican food. There's a surprising amount of Jamaican food and Jamaicans in Huntsville. I'm still trying to figure it out. Who knows?
Well, that's northern Alabama, right? So they're just trying to make that journey. That's all.
So
It's just a stopping point.
I guess speaking of journeys, so Kanye made a certain comment about Harriet Tubman. How do y'all feel? He said we should just put the audio clip right here.
So that's a Stephen move. When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
But yeah, he said Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. She just sent them to work for other white people. And the internet lost their mind. Everyone is back pissed at Kanye. It's kind of like when he said slavery was a choice. I think that was a year ago. Oddly, he said that. Didn't he say that right before he dropped his album? He did.
I think so.
It was right before Ye came out. So we should know this, America. We should know Kanye just wants attention because he's about to drop an album. But yeah, what were y'all's reactions when you heard Kanye say that? And just him going for president?
I think for me at least, he said, yeah, Harriet Tubman didn't necessarily free slaves. Whatever you just said. I think he's wrong on the first part. And like we obviously can't confirm the second part. Did Harriet Tubman bring slaves from, enslavement to places where they were not enslaved? Yes. Now I think another thing that like Harriet Tubman did is like with her network is like she would get these people like set up to, like they can go get a job. Like, yeah, you can be here for a few months, get back on your feet. Which like at like, in the most basic sense is bringing them to work for other people, right? Like I don't know, like at least I know none of us have thought that like Harriet Tubman is, I know she's freeing slaves and then she's, she's bringing them to Canada or wherever, and like you already got a house ready for you. You already got a job. Then like it's like in the history sense, like are the job creators not mostly white in that time period? Say job creators, I really like job creators, like the people who were hiring, do we think that she was only bringing them to like black factories or whatnot? I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's, I think, like I said, definitely wrong. And like, she did definitely free people from slavery. And then like, yeah, she did like bring them to work, like in other places. I'm sure like they weren't enslaved, so they couldn't have been forced to work there. Like, I don't think that was her main mission is like, shift the labor from enslavement to, now you work in stereotypical northern factory or something.
Yeah, I agree. And if you listen to the full speech, his point wasn't to put down Harriet Tubman. His point was it was a pro-black point. Actually, he was saying like, we need to own our stuff. It's not, we shouldn't settle for just working for big corporations. We should be able to support ourselves. So yeah, I agree. Like his first statement was not true. Harriet Tubman did free slaves, but when he said she just took them to work for other white people. I think that is true because let's say you're, I don't know, Bobby from Huntsville, Alabama, and then you get up to what would be Illinois, like you make it
like
up
New
to
York or
Illinois.
something.
Yeah, New York, and you got to find a job. Yeah, you're gonna be working for another white person. So yeah, I hate how, because that was such a small soundbite, and we took, like, social media took such tiny sound bites from that speech, and that speech had a lot of good in it, I think. And he was really trying his best. It was like his first, well, it wasn't his first time public speaking, but it was his first campaign meeting. And man, that's a hard thing to do. And he had, like, if you watch the whole thing, he, like, the people who were yelling at him the most in the audience, he would invite them on stage to state their point. And so he said something about abortion, and this girl, she goes, "Ah, ah." She's like, "No." And he's like, okay, come on the stage and hear. And he would, like, he'd say, "Everyone shut up. She's going to state her point." And then he'd let them, like, state their point, and they'd make, like, really good points. And he'd say, "Okay, that makes sense. What about this? What about this?" He did that over and over and over. But
it was actually, like, really, it's like, especially in the beginning when he's, like, getting people to, like, be quiet or whatever. Like, it was actually, like, really well organized, you know? It wasn't like just a madhouse. Obviously certain parts it did get like that, but I feel like he was in control for, you know, vast majority of the entire event.
yeah.
But
But what?
I don't know. He needs help. Okay. Right. So we all know that this man suffers from bipolarism. I get he was trying, but he is trying to move an agenda that isn't necessarily true. Like, when I say true, I mean more than the whole Harriet Tubman thing. He didn't necessarily let everyone on stage, and he didn't have to let everyone on stage. But right, I saw a video, right, kind of unedited from, like, I don't know if you guys saw the black lady who also made issues with some statement that he said, and he kind of ostracized her at the same time, kind of not giving the same, you know, not even limelight, the same stage, the same presence that he was giving many other people. And so it kind of turned, there were moments though that it seemed very toxic, and not even like a political town hall, you know, speech should be, or anything. Not that it should be like, however it is, you know, nice or bad or whatever. It just, there were moments where, okay, great example. I don't know if you guys have seen videos from that guy, Steven Crowder, who, like, makes the Change My Mind segments, right? So he'll go to,
unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, right. So he'll go to like a college or an area filled with youth, set up a table, put up like a really, like, outrageous thing, or just any viewpoint that he has, and he'll say, "Change my mind," right? And then he'll give this idea, this presence that anyone could come up and that they have a fair chance to really change his mind. And it's all recorded and whatever. But in truth, it's really not like that, because he's going to put up a sign where something he feels like he has almost 100% worth of the data on. He's really reaching for people our age to show up who may not be as educated as him on a certain subject. And then also he's filled with the area is filled with people that are supporting him very widely. And so not even looking into any of those viewpoints he has, whether they're opinionated right or wrong, right? Which is almost an oxymoron because it's an opinion. But the idea is, how wholesome is the environment for the presence you're trying to make? Because I know for a fact, right, that in that audience were people that probably aren't going to vote for him, right? Because they want him to get a higher presence in the Black community so that they can separate this vote. Which seems like a joke, right? Because to us, like, voting for Kanye, at least for me, seems like something I would never do.
You haven't bought your Kanye 2020 gear already?
Yeah, right. I haven't brought my Kanye 2020 or my Kanye 2024 that some people are also buying already. But to some people, I mean, that's a real thing. A lot of people have already kind of said, yeah, I'd rather vote for Kanye. And That's fair for them. They can do that. I know plenty of people that voted for Harambe. Not me, but I know plenty of people that did. All right. And that's your right to vote for who you want to vote for. But I can't say that whole shindig or the whole couple of past weeks revolving around Kanye hasn't been toxic, because he's definitely been just saying kind of whatever to make it to like the next point, hosting a rally that I don't even know. Like, I don't even agree with the fact that I saw people not masked up. Like, it wasn't even mandatory mask. He was hugging. He himself didn't have a mask, and he was spitting all over a crowd. Like, I don't agree with that. He was hugging people. He was like bringing people on stage, and they were all hugging and like being all like, that's this kind of the stuff that I don't agree with, because when people see that, then they think, oh, okay, well, you know, he had a whole ass rally, and we don't need to practice social distancing anymore, which I think is very important to do. So it's more than his viewpoints. Actually, I don't care really much about the viewpoints he has, because if we're looking at him as a politician now, I could really care less. But it's the atmosphere that he was presenting, and I think that's why I can't be a fan of Kanye right now. Even though, if we're looking at just his music, I do think he's one of the greatest artists to have been in the game.
Is Kanye West an anti-vaxxer?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, then that's it.
He
for me
said.
right there.
He said, "How do we?" He said in his speech, he said, "How do we get rid of big farm with big farms?" Y'all get me? Y'all get me? He said the medicine. He said, I think he said, like, the earth is a generator, guys. Like, the earth has everything we need. Which he made a good point. Like,
No,
all these hey,
stop protecting him.
excuse me, Ice Cube. You just got to state your opinion. Let me state mine.
Yeah.
We got all these. We're over here taking Tylenol, ethanol, methanol, glucagon, all these medicines and drugs and stuff. And I think we do, but then we go and we eat McDonald's and we eat donuts and we drink soda and stuff and wonder why our body isn't working. I think he made a really good point. If we were to live the way that humans are supposed to, like, eat a diet that we're supposed to have, a lot of the pharmacy companies that we depend on to survive, quote unquote survive, we kind of put out of business, because the earth does have a lot of what we need.
And I agree with that, as far as like a healthy diet will more than likely, lead to a longer life. But then that just leads into like, what is the medical system here, at least, what is its purpose really? It's not necessarily to, cure you of any ailments that you have per se. It's to just treat you for a while until you come back and pay again. Now, with that being said, I don't think there are too many things that you can, I don't think you're making this point, or hopefully he's not making this point, is like,
He can't.
if I have, if I have, I don't know, measles or something, that doesn't mean I go and, have a kale smoothie, Like, I want whatever medicine that has been, created by some scientists that will help me get rid of this disease. But I completely agree with oh yeah, Big Pharma is a business. So, and that business is just treating people, not curing them. So we agree on that point. I just think let's just leave it at that, and eat healthy too. Or let's make these companies, not put oil or diesel fuel in your hamburger. I don't know what they're putting in there, but
Okay, so, but can we just take his words and keep saying, well, I think this was what he was trying to say? Or
that's another thing. Is like,
could we just go off of what he's saying and then be like, well, I don't know? Because to say, like, I get it, right? So I guess you have these different types of medicine that can help treat certain things, but then, like, what if you have something chronic, right? So then for someone that maybe has like sickle cell anemia, right? And these are always what ifs. So there's a million and infinite what ifs you could say for anything. But what he said is what he said. And I could only think, for someone that has like any type of chronic illness, all right, or anything, who, I don't know, an opioid would be something that would help them feel better, right? So to then just boil down like modern medicine to it's so only something that is used to treat or help you feel better or for whatever, I think could be misconstrued because as something that is not. I'm gonna say this. I think what he said was pretty retarded. Okay. Okay. Well, he's spitting off a lot of what anti-vaxxers say.
Yeah,
and
that's my only opinion on this.
They do boil down modern medicine to be something of it's almost not necessary. And a lot of modern medicine isn't necessary, and a lot of it is overpriced, but most of it is necessary. And it's overpriced, and you're right, it is a business. And so, in that sense, yeah, it's terrible. But that doesn't change that modern medicine is a very necessary thing.
You're an anti-vaxxer. I think you're just an idiot, So if he is an anti-vaxxer, then I'm not really going to listen to whatever comes out of his mouth.
That's I can agree with you, Ace. If he is going to make these kind of, I need him to get more education in regards to these matters. Somebody needs to talk to him about this.
Really influences a lot of people. I mean, he says whatever he wants, and then a lot of people really believe a lot of what he says, and it's just, I don't know. That's just frustrating for me because, like you said, he's really not educated on a lot of the matters he speaks on.
But at
least to the extent where he could speak in fact. All right, he's only speaking in opinion at this point, but in a factual tone, and people believe it.
It's crazy. My brother brought this really great point up. He said, we get pissed at Kanye for running, Kanye being just a rapper who has no experience. And we say, no, why the heck would I vote for someone with no experience? And then we look at the president we have now, and it's the same thing. Like, it's almost the same thing, except Kanye is a rapper. They're both billionaires. They're both owners of companies. They're both represent a large group of America. It's just we automatically write off the black guy because
both have dropped Grammy Award-winning albums.
Wait, Donald Trump has an award-winning album?
No.
Oh, okay,
that was my joke bit. But...
No,
yeah. I just thought that was interesting because even us as black people were like, "Why would we get someone with no experience?" And
I would denounce Trump even quicker than I would. Not to get political, but I would tear Trump a new one just as much as Kanye. For
me at least, I don't think people will. I know now we're getting into the dangerous political end of everything, but I don't like shaming people for you're going to vote for them. You need to vote for this person. It's my vote is my vote. So let's say hypothetically, it's a vote for Kanye is a vote for Donald Trump. Well, no, that's not how voting works. A vote for Kanye is a vote for Kanye. Or even I'm not voting for anyone because I don't like anybody who's running. People have that opinion. It's your not vote is vote for somebody else. That's not how any of this works, right? If we have if you ask what's your favorite dessert, cake or pie, and I just happen to like ice cream, well, I don't like either of those, I'm not voting. I don't want some angry person in my DMs being well, now you're a pie supporter.
That's a good point. Good point. Should we jump off of the political thing before we get too deep?
Get really into it.
I actually never got Justin's score on Hamilton.
Oh no!
Before you,
all right, fine. Everything that we've said, and as long as you all can, by you I mean the audience, can separate that these two things. Maybe Hamilton shouldn't be used as sorry kids for this unit. I'm not going to teach you, but we're going to watch Hamilton. As long as nobody does that.
Yeah.
This play has a well-deserved 9. Right.
Okay. Good. 18.
9.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up there at 9.5 as well.
Dang. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I think you should watch it just because you know your history. You know who these people were and what they did. So I'm sorry that, like I said, I'm sorry that woman ruined it for you.
My last point on that is my favorite, or at least we'll get it. We can do favorite characters real quick. My favorite character was Thomas Jefferson, which historically might have been the worst guy up there, but he was the most. He was the coolest, most entertaining actor on the stage whenever he was on. I don't know the actor's name, but kudos to him.
He's I forgot his name, but he has his own group and everything. He does a lot of music.
Okay.
My favorite character was King George. I think he really stole the show every time he showed up on
He's my
stage.
second favorite.
Yeah, but if I wanted to pick part of the main cast, it'd probably be George Washington. I think his actor did a really good job.
Ooh, yeah, George Washington did do a good job.
He was sweating every scene he was in.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
out there sweating. He was singing his heart out.
Like I didn't know because I watched this with Jessica and she was like, yeah, this is like an opera because they don't stop singing. They did not stop singing at all. It was like if you listen to the soundtrack, you can close your eyes and you've kind of seen the play.
Yeah.
Which is why I never listened to any of the soundtrack. Stayed away from it.
Ooh.
I knew one day I'd watch it.
I would say main cast. That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Burr. I'm gonna go with Burr.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're doing good out there.
I thought he had a lot of soloing that he had to do, and he definitely had to be. He came off like perceived as the bad guy, right, for a lot of the play, but he really wasn't a bad guy, right? Hamilton was the one that kind of came to him, really, in the beginning. He was out there, he was just going through the motions, and then he kind of became like the bad guy throughout the play, and it's not his fault that that Hamilton. Hamilton.
Wait, stop.
Oh, okay.
I want Nathan to see it
Yeah.
himself. I want Nathan to see it himself.
But yeah, almost for that last scene, Burr is my favorite, or Hamilton. Really, they're both. I like their duo. They're taking shots at each other throughout the whole play. Hey, spoiler alert, Nathan, you can unplug if you want to. It's only going to take 10 seconds. But
Yep. I'm not listening.
yeah, but shut. Okay, that part where Burr asked for his vote, and then Hamilton, like the next day, says, "Nah, he's stupid though." At least I can respect Jefferson, though. I thought that was hilarious.
Can I come back?
Confused. Yeah. Come on.
Yep.
Woohoo! Man, it's been a minute, man. Good old knuckle sandwich. Good old knuckle sandwich. Hey. All right.
I'm gonna shift the order around.
All right.
Speaking of I guess consuming things. Bears for Badlands Chugs. This man a couple of days ago he did drink ocean water. He recently hit 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and he celebrated with chugging a gallon of thick water. For those who do not frequent his videos, please correct me if I'm wrong, but thick water is water, but it's for people who have trouble like swallowing, like they can't swallow or whatever. So it has the consistency of like honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he chugged a gallon of this stuff, and he's done this I think twice before, and he's hated it every single time. But he keeps on doing it and upping the ante every single time he gets near this thick water. Well, I don't know.
What they say it's people that have difficulty swallowing, which is dysphagia, I believe, and it's not for people who want to chug a gallon of it out of 2 glass boots. So he drank that and then walked to the ocean and waded in the water. And what is that he had in his hand?
I think it was
so
like a water filter.
It's a survival straw.
Oh.
But that's the thing, right? Is like that filter is not going to filter out that salt in that water.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. I thought it was lake water. It was ocean water.
Was it a lake or was it an ocean?
That was an ocean.
It was an ocean. Okay, so he's trying to kill himself.
And I think the timer he timed out. He stopped chugging after 14 seconds. Like
Which is a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We've seen him down Sonic slushies in 44 ounces in 30 seconds. Because who knows how much water he got in there.
Yeah, when he stopped drinking, a whole bunch of water came out of his mouth. He said, that's enough.
That's the first time I've seen him do that.
I think that's the first time he's actually chugged ocean water.
Why didn't his wife try to stop him?
No.
As it's just him and his son, I think, that go on these video trips.
Wow. Imagine that father-daughter or that father-son time. Dad, what are we doing today? Well, son, I think I'm going to drink 2
The
gallons
Atlantic.
of thick water. And
The Atlantic. Yeah.
His motto is chugging
Chugging the world.
one bottle at a time. Is that right?
Yeah, chugging the world one bottle at a time.
Chug.
Gross.
Much respect.
But also, yeah, respect. We're still trying to get him on the podcast. Anyone who knows him, we're only 6 degrees of separation away. So we're probably 1 or 2.
Somebody knows him.
You said he has 2 million subscribers now? Yeah. It's over. I'm sorry, guys. We missed our chance.
2.
When people go back in history and they track his success and they bring us into the conversation somehow, we were there before the million.
Yeah.
An achievement within itself.
Back when he was chugging 12 cans of cranberry Sprite. That was a couple of years ago.
Just making 28 ounces of Gatorade in 3 minutes. Chilled Gatorade, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That chilled really.
That sugar.
Yeah. Orange juice? A gallon of cold orange juice after brushing your teeth?
Oh.
That was disgusting.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that part.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he does, just the one that I put in the group today, he upped it by drinking a liter of just lemon juice. Gosh, he does these. He's on TikTok. And he does duets with people doing chug challenges. So he started out with a glass of lemon juice, which just sounds awful within itself. But then to make it more fair, to beat the guy again, he brought the boot out and chugged a boot full of lemon juice.
This is the lemon juice used for cooking.
I'd imagine so, but that's still sour.
Yeah,
real sour.
that's no. And he's still alive.
Don't get
Burn the taste buds off your mouth.
your stomach. You shouldn't fight acid with acid. It's not.
Yeah. Are we going into it with the gaming Me Too and the Shane Dawson stuff?
Well, we don't have to,
Okay.
but I didn't talk about I don't know how to pronounce the name. I just call her Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
What is this? I haven't heard
Rest
of
in
this.
peace.
Ghislaine Maxwell is Jeffrey Epstein's
Madam.
madam partner in crime. The victims say she was actually the puppet master, but she's still alive. She's in the same prison where Epstein killed himself, and somehow she hasn't killed herself yet.
COVID positive too, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And they said that when she was admitted, she did have COVID.
Yeah.
One of the judges said that those court documents are going to be unsealed. Maybe we'll get to peek inside some of that stuff. And crazier was that it was like a federal judge, like her husband was shot and killed, and then
I saw
someone
that.
shot her son, and they were dressed as a FedEx employee, and she's connected to, I think, she was over the case of people suing the bank that Jeffrey Epstein was, utilizing or whatever. So,
The guy killed her husband, and the son was injured. And then when the police found him, he killed himself.
Yeah. So
With the son killed himself?
No, the shooter killed himself.
the son was the husband killed or died. The son was shot by the same guy, and
the
shooter killed himself.
Shooter killed himself.
As far as we know.
Yeah, he probably went back. Mission failed, and they just killed him. But yeah, I'm surprised she's still alive. I don't think she has much time left. Even President Trump himself says, "I wish her well."
Crazy.
He knows she's not going to last much longer.
Just the web and how many people this actually involves.
Yeah.
If you're into that stuff, check out TrueAnon. They go pretty deep into it.
Oh my goodness. That Shane Dawson stuff. Could someone break that down for me? Real quick. I don't know what that is.
The whole Smash Brothers Me Too movement.
I'll
so he's a Smash. He's a Smash.
He's
player?
just a really popular YouTuber.
Shane Dawson. Jeez.
And what happened with him?
He's a PewDiePie type.
I think in a similar sense. He wasn't as big as PewDiePie.
Okay.
But essentially, I think he was accused and confirmed grooming these young girls that are on his channel.
Oh.
There was one video where it was a 16-year-old They were on, I think it was like Omegle. And him and one of his co-hosts were like, "Yeah, you should twerk for us right now."
I love you too. Can you twerk for us? I know twerking is insane.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. Now shut up and twerk. Maybe she can't hear us. Here, wait.
Okay.
Twerk for us.
Oh,
here we go. She's moving furniture.
Oh,
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. Now tell her to show herself.
Stop it, Shane.
I don't care if I'm
Haha.
comfortable. She
You
just
gotta add
do
the
it.
haha at the end.
Oh yeah, the haha. But then he doubled down. I was like, no, really. So yeah, just kind of a predation on minors.
And the Smash community is got real bad. Basically, all the higher ups in the Smash community are pedophiles. Basically, Justin, right? Am I right, Justin?
Yeah. So it started.
Okay, yeah.
not all of them, but a lot of the. I'd say like 2 out of the like top 8 best players in the world just so happen to also be groomers / pedophiles.
Just so
That's a quarter of the some of the best players in the world. But it started, I think, with this one player, more known as a commentator, Senpai. She's big into the Smash scene because she always will host, like the mid to high level matches, wherever tournaments are taking place. And this other one of the other, like I'd say, his top 20 players, Pepe. He released a tweet longer, which I find is like if you want to make a tweet button, like an essay. Released like one of those, saying that during the summer that he was 14 and Senpai was 24, they were having a kind of a sexual relationship. So she was they quote unquote dated. It's 24 and a 14-year-old said that doesn't make too much sense. And if you've seen Pepe, I'll drop a photo in here. He looks like 10 years old. 2 videos just confirming. Just like you see in videos, Senpai like rubbing on his shoulders after a match, guiding him to different areas. It's not a good look. So that I think started the general wave of this stuff, and then it exploded in the following days. Another player, Nairo, who I have to say now used to be entertaining. He was accused of having sex with a minor. He was I think he was like early 20s, and this minor, it was another Smash player, was 16. I think the other player's name is Zachary because he's over 18 now, so we can say his name. But yeah, and then it's a really interesting story because when this stuff was going on, Zachary initially approached Nairo, allegedly, of course, and was like, "Yeah, you need to send me some money, or I'm coming out with the story." And Nairo apparently did send him the money, and Zachary still came forward with the story.
Oh man!
So like, I don't think either of them are accepted in the community anymore. And then I think the biggest fish was Zero. Was accused. Yeah, Zero was accused. He had like 3 accusations. But this one person accused him of like 3 different instances, and he denied, each of them in a timely fashion. But after like 3 days of like his fan base now sending like death threats to his accuser, he finally came out with his tweet longer saying, yeah, I did do this stuff. I'm gonna stop making videos. This guy would post like literally every day. He was another entertaining one to watch. His accuser, I think at the time, well, I think it's a couple ones, but like another 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, he was like 18, like 20 at the time. So still not okay. We're not condoning any of this.
And then on top of that,
Who's the worst one of them all?
all this Me Too crap. My favorite comedian,
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia.
Okay.
That's how long we've been off this podcast. That my favorite comedian gets busted for flirting with girls who are underage in the DMs. And now I don't get it. I don't get a podcast anymore. I don't get a podcast. No one has said that he's done anything illegal. I'm not defending him, but I'm defending him. No one said he's done anything illegal. But everyone has agreed that what he did was inappropriate. But then they always say that all the proof has shown that when he found out that they were under 18, he dipped. And that's true. all the DMs that are exposed, he's dipped once he found out they were 18. And I just miss Chris. Me and all the babies. If you're a baby and you listen to Chris,
Well, if he calls his fans babies, what do you think is going to happen, Nathan?
oh come on, man!
Hasn't he
Oh,
played like numerous roles as like
as a
that guy?
pedophile. He always
It was,
played the pedophile. Yeah.
And the infamous, Justin, say it.
And just imagine like going to the casting office and like, all right, Chris, this might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but you're playing this, yeah, I'll do it.
He said, did he even, huh?
Yep.
Oh, he's
That's
gonna come back
crazy.
though, because what he did is, I think, so he hasn't done anything illegal. He just flirted with girls he didn't realize were 16, right?
And he made some not so funny jokes.
Hey, hey,
No. No.
But Louis C.K. did a lot worse, and Louis C.K. came back. So I have faith that Chris D'Elia is gonna come back.
CK. He was doing stuff with people underage?
No, he didn't.
He was just exposing himself to
Okay.
his
Well, you
staff,
take
I
that
think.
back then, Nathan. All right? Take that back.
What are you talking about? Okay, this Chris D'Elia.
Not
You see
not
the
to
DMs,
debate
he's like-
which ones are
Yeah.
worse, but I
Yeah,
think
but-
there's a clear cut one that's worse. Come on now.
I hope you're on my side, Ace. Right?
No,
No.
he's not. No one on your side.
Okay. You have two guys, right? One guy has accidentally
Uh,
DM'd a 16-year-old and said, "Hey, I'm in town. You should come through."
Accidentally?
And then she says, "I'm 16," and he dips. Right? Boom. And then the other
No,
guy.
no,
No, but there's some
no,
examples
no.
when he didn't dip, and all of them are all underage, Nathan. That's a pattern.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
There's I'll send you the video.
Yeah.
But there are moments where they say they're underage, and then it almost drops, but then it comes back.
Mhm.
And I think that's where things mess up. It's not that he
Okay.
communicates with them, and then they say they're underage, and then it stops. It's that there's a clear cut grooming problem in the whole Southern Los Angeles comedian community. Okay, apparently it's not even him. Like, I mean, it's not just him. It's like the whole group of them. There's a whole group of them that have been doing this. That's where it becomes dangerous, right?
So what you're saying is I'm never going to get my congratulations podcast back. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
I
Is
can
that
tell
what
you
wanted-
this.
What?
When Joe Rogan deletes all the podcasts dealing with anyone in Chris D'Elia's group, yeah, that's bad.
Oh, he did
That's
that?
bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's all these people that have podcasts because apparently, if you're from California and you're a comedian, you have a podcast. A
And
lot
you're
of these
friends with
people,
Joe Rogan.
yeah,
basically.
yeah, right. A lot of these people have just been kind of going ghost. I think they said there's like one guy that hasn't. You probably would know him better, but yeah, like a lot of these people, they're a part of this, kind of like in this Epstein way that like a lot of them aren't necessarily maybe the one running it, but they know it, and by knowing it,
Something.
yeah, and by knowing it and not saying anything, it makes them just as bad.
Dang it, bro. He did get rid of it.
Yeah.
Dude, that sucks, bro. His career is over. And he was funny. He was my favorite. Bruh.
That we could always talk about how that's also very debatable. I did not find that man that funny.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying because I recommended a lot of comedy specials for us to review on this podcast.
Hey, can you text him? You have text. You used to text with Chris, right?
I do have a text with Chris. Yeah,
Chris D'Elia.
he said LMAO, that rocks. Or, that rips. Yeah, he responded to me. So I guess that was the peak of my whatever, dude. You know
no,
what?
I mean the other guy you suggested. I like him a lot. Who is that guy?
Louis C.K.
No. The other guy. I mean, Louis C.K. is,
Oh,
he's
Andrew
fine.
Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz. I like Schultz a lot. I think he's funny.
Schultz is good. The Brilliant Idiots. And Charlemagne.
I think that's
Yeah,
good.
he's real good. Whatever, man. No one likes Chris D'Elia. Fine, bro.
I just don't. I think it's an acquired taste.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just down for a silly goose time, and that's it. And y'all aren't. Okay, that's just at the base of it.
Actually, no, I am not down for a silly goose time. I don't think anyone else should be either.
I really need some babies on this podcast. Come up if you're a baby, if you're also a baby, and you're down for a silly goose time, and you listen to the Knuckle Sandwich podcast, I'm here for you.
Wait. So that's what he calls his. That's what he calls his community is babies.
Yeah, man, it's a
Oh
dude.
my god. Well, now we
But
we can steal that now because he's not going to be doing podcasts for a very long time. We can now call our community babies. Do you think they like that, Nathan?
I think they would, dude. And you're gonna stop making fun of my favorite comedian, okay? I'm pointing my finger at you, like the kid in that video. You know who you're talking to? You're talking to a future U.S. Army soldier.
Yeah.
Remember that video?
Yeah.
Stop making fun of Chris D'Elia. He's my favorite comedian.
I
He
mean,
didn't do anything wrong. Louis C.K. did something wrong, and all of a sudden Louis C.K. is cool, but we're making fun of Chris D'Elia today. Chris D'Elia didn't. I can't even repeat.
No, I mean Louis C.K. he's bad in his own right, but he did his time. Chris is going to need to do his time now. All right, I don't want to see anything from him for the next 5 years.
Hey, shut up, dude. That's not a 5-year sentence, okay?
Wait.
Exposing yourself in a room, that's a 5-year sentence. Accidentally texting 16-year-olds, I don't.
You keep saying accidentally.
Not accident.
How many
Not an
times is
accident, Nathan.
accidentally? there's more than like a dozen cases of people being like, I have the messages from this man. That's not an accident anymore. That's like repeatable offenses. All right.
Fine.
But I understand. Like Justin was saying, you know, he was saying like these people were for Smash or whatever other YouTubers, you know, they were nice to watch. They were good, but now, you know, you can't say it. I mean, you could say it. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying, right? You're saying you like his content, but you don't like this side of him. But what I'm saying is,
I don't believe that side of him exists.
Okay. Oh, stop. Stop. Don't play that. I had something to comment on the Smash community part. I was following it on Twitter live as it was happening. I noticed everybody who's being accused besides Senpai eventually said, yeah, I did it. Why did they all fold so quickly, Justin? Why did none of them just get lawyers?
That's a good question. I don't know.
One guy said he had a little Twitter thing, said, yeah, I had sex with that 14-year-old girl. But I thought she was 18. She said she was 18. But he said, yeah, I did it, though. But then it was in Florida. In Florida, that's actually against the law, whether you knew it or not.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. What are the statutes of statute of limitations, something like that?
This is
I mean,
all...
I don't know. Like, that might have to go to court or whatever. Oof. Yeah, Senpai hasn't been... She's been dark since all this stuff dropped.
As you should be. Get out there. Another thing I found really funny on Twitter when they're talking about this, they're like, what are we going to do at the next Smash event with all these pedophiles in here? And then their solution, the Smash community's solution was maybe we should put red stickers on all the kids who are under 18 so we would know beforehand. And I'm so disappointed that they have no faith in their community, that they need to put bells on children to stop them from having sex with them. I can't believe, and people were liking that post thinking, yeah, that's a good idea, guy. And I think that's disgusting that they can't control themselves, that they have to put bells on children to not have sex with them.
I think that, and then I think we talked about this before, that like maybe this is why the Smash community hasn't, you know, gotten as popular as, you know, it probably should have been, is because they probably did know about all this kind of grooming, pedophilia stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that definitely probably kept away some advertisers. I think the most interesting and definitely the funniest part for me, I take that back. The situation is not funny. Some of the responses I think have been a little comical. Notably one where the people who claim to be the Phantom Thieves from Persona.
No, don't bring them in.
We're behind exposing these pedophiles and groomers.
Well, wait, stop. Before we go any further, you have to explain what the Phantom Thieves do to the audience who don't know about them.
I may not be the best person because I've only beaten one
palace. Oh, I forgot. My bad. Okay. In the Persona 5, the Phantom Thieves, they performed Inception on, like, bad guys, and they had the bad guys admit their crimes in real life. So this Twitter group thinks they're the Phantom Thieves. And they're so annoying because they're everywhere. And they take the game so seriously. It makes me sick. Makes me not want to like the game.
Do they have masks as well?
I'm sorry. Yes, they do have masks. And they have
No.
their own custom calling cards. Yes.
No. Oh, that's what that guy on Instagram was. Is that what he was reposting? The
think so.
Nintendo. Okay. All right. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's an interesting time to be on Twitter.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Sure is. Yeah. Log cabin one day, guys. One day, babies.
Chris said, you can wait. You can save
Snapchat.
Yes.
stuff on
Screenshot.
Snapchat."
Blew his mind.
Okay, guys. Wow.
He said, "Yeah, you
Well-
just screenshot." He said, "Oh,
Yeah, no, I heard you the 7th time and I've ignored it.
It's just a strong core.
Very
Okay,
SpongeBob-ish.
But hold on a second. How did it come out? Like, how did they
The
Parents.
boy's mother ended up finding it.
Fucking
finding
haters.
it? What do you mean? It
Haters.
Snapchat goes away, right? How they?
He probably saved it. You can screen record, take screenshots.
You got to know that that's going to happen.
Hey.
Chris, a dirty boy.
yeah, for real, man."
Well, time to wrap it up. I think we have which is
All right.
Will Smith, right? We all saw
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
Red
Everybody
Tape
put F in the chat for Will Smith.
face right now.
Pain.
I didn't. I watched. I think it was like an 8-minute version of that table talk. But essentially, as to my understanding, is that August Alsina was being interviewed by someone, and I think he's like, "Yeah, I was having a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith," which definitely raises some eyebrows. Like, you mean Will Smith's wife? And he's like, "Yeah, I think initially people were like thinking, "Oh yeah, he's lying." Then just the pressure from this just got so large that Jada Pinkett had to come out and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come clean about all this." So she brought Will onto her show, and then they talked about how it was a rough time, I guess, in their marriage, and it's like, yeah, I got into an entanglement, parentheses affair, with August Alsina, proving August right, and we'll see if we can link the video into the podcast, but you can just see Will die a little bit inside. Like, everybody has seen that still shot of his face. That man was hurt.
And he tried to play it off so well. He was laughing so much. It was too much, though. You don't laugh that much when your wife tells you she wasn't happy in the relationship and she found it in another man. You're not going to be laughing.
It's that, and how I know, like it seems to have gotten to him is like on Twitter and Instagram. He'll screenshot him like, yeah, this person DM me that they like sent something involving entanglement, so I blocked them.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, when I watched it, I watched it as soon as it came out. Like, when it was live on Facebook, I hit click play, and when that entanglement thing hit, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was waiting for her to be specific, and you could tell Will was waiting for her to be specific, and she just left it at, I got into an entanglement with August. And then he makes that face. But yeah, I don't, man, I don't like how social media blows everything up. Like, this is someone's family issues. And he was saying like they were kind of separated during that period anyways. I think, well, here's the thing.
Yes, very true. I think because of this coronavirus time, and one of our listeners, Nika, made a great point about how this wouldn't really be a big deal, or maybe it would, but probably not if it wasn't for the fact that everyone's basically inside right now and this whole coronavirus thing. And so, the excitement and entertainment is hard to come by a little bit. But when it comes to Jada Pinkett and it comes to Red Table, where their whole thing is about
drama,
is about gossip. Well, not even gossip, but it is about coming out. It is about saying truths. It is about all these things. And it is about specifically looking into their lives and how relationship statuses and how they find love and all that stuff comes out. Well, this is a big deal because it basically rewrites everything they've said before that day. I mean, if you listen to Red Table, and I don't listen to it that much, but I've listened to it enough to know that they do talk about. She does talk about a lot of this stuff, and she makes analysis and compares her life and her goals and things that she's gone through to other people and how maybe they should look at their relationship goals. This is kind of it kind of rewrites all that, because for it to come to this where they feel like they have to do a Red Table, it means that that communication level wasn't what they were saying it was on Red Table, which now it just means that, Red Table was just is just a moneymaker, and I don't know. So yeah, part of it, yes, social media can and is running with this, but also that's the business they got into. So
I think it's that, and then you pretty much summed it up. It's like, it's also, I don't want to say it's for attention, but like I think that's also how, like you're saying, like they make their money too. I'm sure like they have like Facebook ads on their page somewhere, or like somebody pays them, and like just off memes alone, like people just tuning in to click on that one video. Which money might have generated?
Probably. I know August freaking Alsina's dropped like 2 songs now since this.
One of them was titled Entanglement, so
yeah,
he's trying to capitalize off of it, obviously.
He said the thing is, when you're in, the definition of entanglement is when you're tangled in the sheets. That's the quote.
I'm just happy Will's not a cuck. I think initially August said that Will knew about it, but and if he didn't know about it, then that would have made him a cuck. And August the bull. But clearly Will did not know about the entanglement.
Yeah.
Whew. Poor Will.
Yeah, all these single people making fun of a married couple.
Yeah, they are married.
Can't say happily anymore. They probably are now, but
more successful than anything I got right now. So I can't make fun of them.
Will Smith doesn't have a podcast. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna make fun of Will
Smith will never have until he decides to make one.
Hey, Will ain't perfect either. As I was told, Will has his stuff too. He
has a nice little YouTube channel, and he does those.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about him hiding his side pieces and them not coming out into the open the way Jada's side pieces did.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll stick with that. That you're gonna coach people on their relationship statuses like that, because they do becoming hard for people. All right. It's not, they do be out there on that show. So now I'm gonna get you. All right, we're gonna get you in the comment section when y'all talk about entanglements. All right, if it wasn't a problem, she wouldn't have said entanglement. She would have said a relationship, which is what it was. All right. Only someone that's trying to hide something would say the word entanglement. No one says entanglement. I actually haven't heard that word used that much until that came out. So I don't know. I don't look at them as a beacon of goals, if that's a thing.
I think before all this had happened, I think people did.
Yeah, they do. They definitely did.
What do you talk? I do.
You still do.
Jada and Will, bruh? Yes. Think about all the crummy couples you see nowadays. And then think about like how hard it is to be a Hollywood couple, how hard it is to have Hollywood kids, to like just the pressure that they have on them. He's one of the most successful actors of all time, the first rapper to win a Grammy. Jada Pinkett is one of the greatest Black women actors of all time. And then their kids are superstars.
No one denies their accomplishments, but I will say, will say quantifying how hard they work. There are people that work 3 jobs and they don't get paid millions. I don't know. And they have a happy family as well. But
the fact that I think I see they have this red table talk, and they have every member of their family sitting at that table. There's some people. There's a lot of families who cannot do that same thing. Like, if my dad tried to have a red table talk right now, it would be really hard for all the kids and everyone in the family to sit down. And just the fact that they still have that unity in their family, and they still have that love in their family, and that communication, I think speaks volumes. And the fact that they've survived the entanglement, like that was something that happened years ago, and we wouldn't have known about it unless, except for the fact that August Alsina needed his career revamped. But yeah, I definitely 100% would look up to Will and Jada still. I think it's just social media makes we just love to look at social media and see the negative in someone and blow that up, and it makes us feel good about ourselves subconsciously.
Like I said, I don't think you can boil it down to social media though, because that's their business. Their business is in social media. So when social media is commenting on social media, it can't be seen like that. The relationship status,
like a meme,
relationship,
like a meme in general. We're making fun of Will crying. We're making fun of
Will memes himself though. Like memeing isn't something that is negative. It's meme is a meme. It can be positive or negative, right? It can be neither. I don't know. I can't see myself looking at them as goals and saying that just because, they have a table that they all sit at and talk. I mean, you can contribute that to a lot of things. I mean, they capitalize off of that. That's something that I can't even say is it necessarily a money maker, but as their name becomes a household name, it is something that becomes a money maker, right? I don't know. I think I like their accomplishments, but I can't say that I'm in any way wanting to be in their shoes or per se. I mean, they have a lot of money, and money can do a lot of things, good or bad, but they I don't know. I kind of compare it to the idea that like you have people that don't have Oscars or Golden Globes, aren't millionaires and billionaires, but they still have like happy families at the end of the day. Like why are we trying to have Will and Jada goals and not Bob and Martha goals? I don't know. Like,
I think for me at least, it's like no relationship is ever perfect. Like, I think there are things that we can, like Nathan said, pull from Will and Jada. Like, okay, everyone is able to at least sit at the table together, have some sort of civility within like family. Like not every like parental even marriage is perfect, but there are definitely like a lot of highlights that I can pull, at least for my instance, like pull from and like, oh yeah, I really like how they do this. Like social media is probably like not any kind of like relationship expert, but I think definitely one of like the worst things about that kind of stuff, because people only see like the highlights, or they see like the awful stuff on it. They never really get the whole picture. And there's like we don't really know like what goes on inside the home other than what they show us.
Sure,
there may be some like really good things that we're not seeing, really good things that we are not seeing. I think I said that twice. Yeah, like I think at least for me, because like I did look up to what Will and Jada had. People talk about it, they rap about it. But now that I'm a little bit older, it's like, okay, I like that they do these things. I like that whole entanglement stuff. And then like maybe I don't know. I'm not them. I don't know. Like I don't think that's something that they should have maybe talked about openly. But that's like I said, that's kind of like their thing to just kind of talk about.
Yeah.
Teach their own.
Yeah.
Openly. That's some Hamilton stuff, right? Yeah.
Brought it back.
Yeah.
This is a Hamilton podcast now.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know, we flip a coin whether we hate it or love it at the time.
I can't think of any celebrity couples that I would look up to. Maybe Ice Cube and Kimberly. I think that was her name. How long they been married? 30-something years? 35? Something?
A long time.
Even Snoop Dogg and his wife have been married for forever.
But yeah, I didn't know who Jada was until all this happened. They had the Asian Justin and Nika had to go down the list of movies going back to the 90s for me to figure out who she is. and I still don't know who she is.
Gloria from Madagascar. Right?
Yeah, so the voice is not enough. I need to know where I've seen her face before.
Well, I think, man, we got through all of our topics. I think we're running on 2 hours now.
I actually have more, but yeah, we can wrap
You
up.
have more topics?
Yeah, we didn't talk about Belle Delphine coming back. All right, we'll save that. We'll save that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll. All right, yeah.
Patreon coming soon. All right.
You hear how Ace went? Ooh, ha! Y'all heard that? I didn't have to say it. Ace just did it. Okay. Just want to. Hey, what kind of?
As
what
the
kind
guy
of
that doesn't believe Chris D'Elia was an accident made.
says the guy who believed Chris D'Elia was an accident.
We have that on tape, Nathan. All right,
Shut up.
What did you do with Bill Cosby
Okay.
just now?
you did. Oh, it's in your blood. Now that's sick. Oh, that's sick. Oh, you got that Bill Cosby, Chris D'Elia mind.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
A deadly combo.
Sheesh. I'm the one who. Golly. Okay, man. I had a fun question for y'all. I wanted to ask, what kind of masks do y'all wear? Like, what's your go-to mask nowadays? Since I haven't seen y'all.
Plain white mask, cloth.
Plain white
Blue,
cloth.
white.
Yeah.
The regular old disposable one, I guess, right now.
Just as disposable.
I haven't. I had one. I was somewhere, and they gave me a cloth mask, like the people working there, and I put it on my ears, and I guess my head was too big because it was closing my ears, and I had a little rash back there, so I had to just go back to regular old disposable mask right now until I find something that fits my head.
I bet that's probably tough, man.
Well, I
Just
take my
touch
head
your-
size other than a poster, a poster holder head, rectangular, circular, spherical head that you got going on. All right. Yeah. I said that poster holder.
Yeah, that wasn't the
You got a poster holder head.
That wasn't the first grammatically incorrect sentence you've said this podcast, but I'll let that one come out in the light. Oh man, basketball head is what I'm thinking for you. See how I just got real quick to the point? People are imagining a big round basketball in their minds right now.
All right, you're talking about
Something
grammar
you
run
could-
on boy. All right.
Something only
How about you breathe? All right.
an NBA player could palm. Only an NBA player could palm.
Oh, I
Wait,
forgot.
hold on
I need to
now.
congratulate. Wait a second. The NBA did come back, which means Nathan does get to come back to work as a backboard. All right.
You get to stop everything.
Oh crap! Yeah. Getting my check. All right. Well, I've been thrown to a screeching halt with my roasting. I'm ready to end it.
All right. Thank you all again for just tuning in with us. We'll see you when we see you. Have a good one.